Narratives play a larger role in public life, whether it is about shaping an opinion or it's about the business confidence index. That is one of the reasons that the industries across the board try to create a positive aura. They try to create all is well kind of an ambience around its product and services. The Indian real estate, in the wake of coronavirus epidemic, has started doing the same. However, despite the fact that the sector is engaging with the media, they are trying to create an impression that all is well, the transactions are happening, the buyers have started coming out in the market. I have a basic question here. Can a false narrative lead to the revival of the business? And it's not just about coronavirus. Even before this COVID 19, the Indian real estate has always been clueless when it comes to its media engagement, when it comes to creating an ambience that this is the right time to buy a house. If you do a bit of Google search, you will realize that despite the fact that the Indian real estate has been in a serious crisis for the last 7 to 10 years, all the reports, all the narratives have always been about this is the right time to buy a house. Has it helped the sector? Obviously not. Fact of the matter is that the sector lacks broader understanding of shaping a public opinion. The sector lacks the right kind of narrative. The sector lacks the smart content management, which could actually evoke confidence among the home buyers. That is one of the reasons that this is one sector where you will find the same cut, copy, paste kind of communication methodology over the years that has definitely not helped the cause of either the home buyers or the developers. We all understand that the Indian real estate is in a serious crisis. We all do understand that the sector needs a helping hand. We all do understand that the media engagement has to be in sync with the market reality, something that could evoke the confidence of those home buyers who can afford to buy a house. Problem is that the sector in its own thought process has always believed that if you want to remove the negativity, just start spreading some false narrative that all is well. If everything is so very well, then why the transactions are not happening on the ground? Track to Realty has tried to contact many developers on the issue, and the common justification that we find is that we don't want negativity for the sector. Problem probably is with the understanding of this word negativity. You have to accept the reality, howsoever brutal reality that is, howsoever uncomfortable reality that it is. Unless you realize that there is a problem with your business, you can't set a right narrative. Today, most of the average home buyers are in trouble. They have either faced job losses or salary cuts. And if you want to showcase them that all is well with the sector, they are not coming back to the market to buy something which is life's costliest purchase and normally a burden of some 15 to 20 years to repay the EMI. The ideal situation for the sector, what sector should actually have done was to identify its core audience, the kind of buyers who have the money, who are looking for opportunistic buying, who can actually come to your project and invest over there. Since that sector does not have that kind of scientific data, most of the buying selling platforms are selling the same kind of data to all the developers, and these developers are trying to assume, they are trying to bombard this kind of buyers. Many of those buyers who in the pre-COVID era were actually looking to buy a house are today not in a position to buy a house. So chasing those buyers will not help. The right thing to do for the sector is to identify its buyer, core audience who is looking to invest in that given geography, in that kind of project, and then communicate it straight, communicate brutal realities, communicate with the realization that your sector has to revive, and for that revival, you need the buyers to be given some extra incentive. You need buyers to attract them, to give them a window of opportunistic buying, only creating wrong narratives, false narratives, and misleading the average home buyer, or who are, in your opinion, home buyers, will not help the cause of the sector. Unfortunately, what has been the biggest problem with this sector has always been a false narrative, poor communication, and poor understanding of the psychology of the home buyers.